It's 86 in the pool.
It's too cold for me.
You gotta go under. You go under, it'll be better.
Oh, God.
No, under.
Oh, no. That's too cold. Oh, okay. Welcome back to another episode of Cambriea and Bobby After Dark. So today's episode is a little different. We are doing our podcast
Style, yeah.
Yeah, podcast style. Topic for podcast style is
Am I the asshole? So, I love these Am I the Assholes on every platform. TikTok, Instagram, whatever. And you guys asked for us to do some Am I the Assholes? So, I thought this would be really, really fun. So, we're going to start with this one. Am I the asshole for yelling at my wife after she blew up my phone with calls about a fire? Alright. Throwaway, because some of this made local news and I don't want to be connected back to me. I work in a place where we are not allowed to have personal we're not allowed to have personal electronics on us at all. No phones, no smartwatches, no pagers.
Who's got pagers anymore?
Right? Maybe hospitals still? Maybe. I've been working here for about 6 months, so my wife knows this and understands that she should not try to contact me by my cell at work. Phones are dropped off at our lockers and typically have mine on Do Not Disturb. Before this incident, my phone has never gone off in the locker room before. Recently, there was a pretty big fire at a secondary work site that I do work at occasionally, but that day I was working at the main building. Local news covered the fire before I found out about it because, again, no electronics. Plus, the work we do isolates us a bit, so news travels pretty slowly. There were a few casualties and a lot of serious injured folks. My wife had been watching the news from home and started freaking out. I guess she called me 20 freaking times. Yeah, I would be calling too.
Don't you think if he's injured that you ain't gonna answer the phone?
Right, which probably had her freaking out even more and calling more.
Why? You think you're gonna answer if you're injured? No.
No, exactly. So it's probably why she kept calling, hoping he would answer.
Still stupid.
Which, and I did not know this was possible. Overrode my DND and my phone was ringing for a while in my locker in the middle of my shift. I got called into the manager's office and was chewed out. I'm trying to figure out why he was chewed out if he was in a locker room.
Right? That doesn't sound good. I mean, it's not on him.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Yeah, it's stupid.
Chewed out and written up for my phone making so much noise. They told me to go take care of whatever it was making my phone go off before I went back to work. I won't lie, when I saw those 20 missed calls from my wife, I was seriously pissed off. Like I said, she knows not to try to contact me directly, and,
well, then it probably was important. Like, if you know not to contact him, you probably, if anything, he should have thought, oh my gosh, what's wrong?
Yeah, with someone else.
Yeah.
Knows not to contact me directly, and a citation hurts my chances of getting a raise or promotion. I called her back, and she was sobbing and asked me if I was okay. I said, of course I was okay, and asked what was wrong with her to call me so many times. She was still crying and started talking about the fire. After that, I started half yelling at her about all the reasons it was dumb for her to call me. Yeah.
All right, well, okay. Is he the asshole? he might be the asshole for the fact that he was yelling at her.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, she didn't need to call no 20 times. But if it actually, you know who's the asshole? It's whoever the manager is, because it was in the locker room. Why was the manager in the locker room? What was he not doing? What, sound like he wasn't doing his job?
Well, and if this was at a off location that your people are known to work at, you think you would make them aware, knowing that their families might be freaking out that they work there also.
Yeah.
I don't know, there's a lot of things. But he's the asshole for yelling at her over this situation. But
she's
the
she's kind of the asshole for calling 20 times.
I don't think she is.
And now he might not get a promotion or a raise.
Well, that's just because the manager is the asshole.
Well, yeah, but it kind of makes her the asshole too, because now that affects the whole family.
So
she should have called, I don't know, 5 times? Not 20. How about 5 times leave a message? Call me right away. When'd you get this? Are you dead?
Are you dead? So it says, when I got home, she was super upset with me. I apologized for yelling, but she refused to talk. She's been very chilly the past few days and sleeping in our daughter's room. I know it was not the best decision to yell at her, but I still think my anger is justified. 1, she knows I don't work and then in the secondary work site very often. 2, she knows that I can't be contacted directly and she could have just called the office. 3, 20 calls is absolutely insane. Am I the asshole?
That's like 20 calls is like kind of stalker-ish,
Yeah, so I think... I don't know.
And then he said she was chilly the past few days. Like, maybe one night. But you mean days?
But we don't know how bad he yelled at her. Like, was this just like
yeah, it's true.
raising your voice? Was this saying, you effing B? Like, cussing her out? Yeah, like, there's a lot of content. Especially you're only getting one side of the story.
Yeah, well, and, I mean, we don't know how badly he got, reamed out by his boss, too.
Well, and that's a whole nother factor, because he could have been way on edge.
He was already on edge. He was upset.
And he got written up.
But what he should have did was went home and be like, I'm sorry for yelling at you, but just so you know, this is what you caused me at work. So.
Yeah.
I think everybody in the story is the asshole.
Yeah.
To some degree.
To some degree.
So, yeah.
I would definitely think that if something happened and I couldn't get a hold of you directly, I would have been calling the main office.
Well, yeah, that...
Being like, hey, I saw this on the news. I just need to know my husband's okay because I'm over here losing my mind and not knowing.
So that would make sense to do. I mean, 20 calls? How about like 5 calls and text messages? How about that? But 20 calls? Like, holy cow.
Yeah. But I also do get the multiple calls because I've definitely, when things have been like a more serious thing, you call someone more than once so that if they're on the other line but they see you call multiple times, it's like a sign of you need to answer now if you're seeing
well,
this.
And that's the thing, like, you call and be like, okay, to answer. Then you call again. Okay, fine, nothing. Leave a message. Text. Don't just keep calling.
This is, am I the asshole for making my daughter leave because my husband is attracted to her?
Wait, it has to be a stepdaughter or something. Come on.
I don't think it matters.
Well, no, it shouldn't matter, but...
Let's see.
Wait, do we know this person? This sounds familiar.
What? Huh?
Never mind. You don't remember.
Let's see. Okay, I, 55 female, have been married to my husband and my daughter's stepdad, 63 male, for 4 years. My 23-year-old daughter and I have a complicated relationship. She has been diagnosed with dissociative identity disorder? Yeah. She has a lot of trauma from watching me and my husband's horrible marriage go down, and was bullied in school. When she told me she was being bullied by peers, my view that... Hold on, I missed something.
It's not written well.
No.
My view that all children are innocent really tied my hands, because I told her that if I said anything to them, I would be an adult harassing a child.
That's interesting. As a mom, usually it's like, I don't care, I'm going to go fight this 4-year-old for being an asshole.
Yeah, I mean, nowadays...
That's definitely not a mama bear
nowadays,
reaction.
you get in big trouble for even saying anything to a dang kid.
No, I know, but that's still not the reaction I would have to my kid. I would realize that I can't go and do that, but normally a mom's reaction is...
You should go to, like, the school and maybe...
Parents.
And complain that way, but or the parents or something. But then a lot of times when you confront the parents, then they're on the defense, and then you're the asshole because they're the assholes. Parents of the kid that's an asshole, you know. Lots of assholes.
She has blamed me for that ever since, and keeps referring to this one time where the kid at school called her trash due to the fact that she wasn't taking care of her hygiene due to depression. Part, not all, of my response was telling her to take a shower, and I bought her new clothes. The bullying finally ended with an explosion and suspension for the ringleaders. She still throws the fact that a school clinic volunteer told her that if she was their kid, she'd have permission to punch back if administrator didn't do anything. Yeah, I agree in that situation. School's not doing anything. You don't hit first. I always tell the kids, if something happens, you tell an adult. If it happens again, you tell the next adult. And mom every time. And if it keeps happening, you hit them back. But don't do it the first time. Try and handle it the right way.
Or you just put them in a submission.
Yeah. We have told them to do that too. Don't hurt them, but you can subdue them.
Yeah, because if you hit them, then... let's be like, I didn't hit him, I just put him in a headlock.
Yeah.
Or a submission. He tapped. Problem solved.
I thought that having her live with me while she finished school and get a job would help heal some childhood wounds if my second husband and I molded a healthy relationship. However, my daughter now doesn't get along with my husband. She is a very introverted, creative person who likes immersing herself in... What's that? Escapism? So
yes, escapism.
Escapism, okay.
I don't know about this one's writing.
So she'd get annoyed if she was sitting eating alone and my husband would sit across from her and eat, saying she ate later so she could eat alone. However, my husband started acting distant from me, and my daughter complained that his eyes lingered for too long. She got very angry, and there was a lot of shouting and slamming of doors. Finally, my husband admitted he's attracted to her, and it's hard to be around her all day. Said she was walking temptation. And said that's why he was avoiding sex with me. Okay. I understand she's 23 and of age, but red flags, like major red flags. I was so upset to hear this. I don't blame my daughter for this, but at the same time, the situation has become unbearable. Something would have to give, and I couldn't collect my thoughts with both of them still being in the house. So I gave my daughter money to stay at an extended stay hotel and asked her to utilize her college emergency finances and housing resources they have for students in need. She responded by storming out and telling my ex, who is now circling social media, using it to paint me as a villain of all villains. This isn't looking good for her. I'm sorry. Like, this is not looking good. I'm not abandoning my daughter. She qualifies for those resources anyway, since my ex is unemployed and we are in substantial debt. I just need time to process the situation, and I don't want to leave my house to stay with my daughter when I have a marriage to figure out whether or not to save. You're the asshole. I'm sorry. I don't... A lot of her whole thing from childhood on, it's like, what? You didn't stand up for your kid, you just told her... I don't know.
A lot of questionable parenting.
Parent choices, yeah. And if you're with someone that's telling you they're not having sex with you because they're attracted to your child, divorce papers should be written right away.
Well, yeah. That one was weird. I mean, maybe that guy watches a lot of the porn with, stepdad, daughter porn, and maybe that's what he was all like, hey.
But that just makes it even more of why the moms are, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like that one as much. That one wasn't, ugh. It was more gross and just sad.
Am I the asshole for giving future mother-in-law 3 days to pay for my new wedding dress, or else I'll show the family a photo of her wearing it? Why was her mother-in-law or future mother-in-law wearing her wedding dress?
Yeah, it's weird.
So I'm getting married to my fiance soon. I bought my wedding dress weeks ago. His/my future mother-in-law kept pestering me about trying it on, but I firmly refused. I finally shut it down after she offered me $100 to let her try it on. Her reasoning for pestering so much, she says, is because of her love for wedding dresses and her obsession with them. Fast forward to yesterday, I came home from work early and found my fiance at home.
Fucking ball.
It wants to be a part of the show. Fast forward to yesterday, I came home from work early and found my fiance at home. He freaked out after seeing me and tried to prevent me from going into my room while trying to text somebody on the phone. I opened the door and was shocked to see his mom standing there wearing my dress. I instantly pulled out my phone and took a photo.
This is stupid.
These are real life stories, though. Like,
I know.
These sound like they should be written in a book. I instantly pulled out my phone and took a photo of her in it. She and my fiance freaked out after I told her that she needed to pay me for the new dress in 3 days, or else I'll show the whole family the photo. She started crying and then left, and my fiance blew up at me saying I can't be serious and that I overreacted because his mom just wanted to try the dress on. No harm done. But I refused to listen to him because, in my opinion, the dress should be worn by the bride and the bride only. Quite frankly, I felt disgusted looking at the dress again. I don't want any more, and so I think it's fair that she pays me after she ruined it for me. He yelled at me and told me to wake up and stop treating his mom like that and as if she was an enemy. We had a fight after he failed to get me back down, and he's been staying with his mom since. Okay, but that is weird. His mom wore the dress that he's supposed to be taking off of her the night they get married.
Yeah.
That's weird.
It's very weird.
I felt awful, but I spent $3,000 on the dress and worked hard to get it. I can't stand looking at it, but people in my family think I'm escalating things and risking my relationship with not only my future mother-in-law, but my fiance as well. Okay, the fiance is an asshole also, because I'm sure he knew her wishes because he was trying to text his mom. So he knew how she felt, and he allowed this to happen.
Yeah. All right, so mother-in-law, asshole. Fiance, asshole. Because he clearly knew she didn't want his mom trying the dress on, you know. Is she the asshole? No. Because you're exactly right. That's her dress. Why? What mother-in-law wants to try on their daughter's dress? Unless it was their dress previously.
Yeah.
But it's not. Because clearly she said she bought it. So, what the hell? Are they the exact same size? Is she thinking about getting remarried? Probably not. So, mother-in-law, son, assholes. Daughter-in-law, maybe. Maybe. Not the asshole.
Okay, but there is an update.
Oh, shit.
She says, "Oh my goodness, this blew up, and I so thought I'd add some updates. My fiance called and offered to pay for the dress himself so we can end this conflict. But he wants me to hand him my phone so he can delete the photo himself, swear that I don't have any copies to use against his mom later, apologize to his mom, and lastly, he asked me to quit his family group chat and log out of Facebook for at least a month." What?
This is stupid. This guy's an idiot.
This guy's...
Well, also, it's stupid. Who cares if she has a photo of the mother-in-law in a dress? Like, how is that blackmail? Be like,
Right?
deal. This is a stupid one.
Okay, she's not the asshole.
No.
But she needs to get a new fiance and dump this dude.
Yeah, clearly the family that she's married into is probably not the best family to marry into.
They sound a little cuckoo.
Yeah. Not the asshole.
Let's read this one.
Alright, so I found one. Am I the asshole for not giving my boyfriend, 25 female?
No, she's 25 female.
She's 25 female. My dinner after I had already bought her dinner.
Wait, not giving my girlfriend...
25 female, my dinner after I already bought her dinner.
Okay, so yeah, it is a guy writing about his girlfriend.
Okay. Now we got that figured out. All right, my girlfriend, 25 female, and I, 29 male, live in New York City, and there's a popular app where you buy leftover restaurant food. The restaurants advertise surprise bags at a reduced price in order to reduce food waste. Oh, okay, I guess. The customer doesn't know what they're getting until they pick the food up. Now that's stupid.
Okay, but it could kind of be fun if you had a restaurant like you really liked, like a sushi place, and you got to try a bunch of new stuff because it was like a surprise bag.
Yeah, no. Not working for me. But the cost at least, but the cost at least 3 times lower than normal menu price. Okay. So if it's expensive, I guess, you know. E.g., if an entree is usually $24, the restaurant is allowed to charge $8 at the most for it. Okay. These are hit or miss. Sometimes you get exactly what you want at a greatly reduced price, but sometimes you get something that you otherwise wouldn't have picked from the menu. Yep, I see that happening often. I ordered a surprise bag from a barbecue place that I was picking up on the way home yesterday. I texted my girlfriend asking if she wanted one, but she said no. She wasn't in the mood for barbecue. You. However, there was an Indian restaurant right next door that also had surprise bags available on the app, so she ordered one of them. The barbecue was $12 and the Indian food was $10. When I got home, I unpacked the meals to see what we got. I was psyched about my bag. Since I paid $12, I knew the value had to be at least be $36. But honestly, the platter looked a lot more expensive. Oh, okay. This was a hit. Keep in mind that we live in the West Village, which is the most expensive neighborhood in the most expensive city in the U.S. So $36 for one meal is pretty typical. There are burnt end, ribs, pulled pork, baked beans, potato salad, bread, onions, and pickles.
Oh,
Sounds
like a good platter.
Yeah, it sounds pretty good. My girlfriend, however, was less lucky. This is where surprise bags are bad. Her surprise bag only had 6 different types of soup. Half of them being a variation of cauliflower soup. She was disappointed, to say the least. She asked if we would share my barbecue, and I said no, I'm hungry. I offered to buy you some already, and you said no. So I am going to devour it. just a nice way of saying, you ain't having my food. She got mad and called me the asshole. Yeah, okay. I told her if she didn't want soup, she shouldn't have ordered something specifically instead of using the surprise bag app. Duh. I said duh, not this. I then told her to just order something off the food delivery app. She said she didn't want to spend the money. Another bit of context is I make a lot more money than her and pay all of our rent. I know she's running a bit of a lean financial picture right now. That's the context. I then told her that if she doesn't want to pay for delivery, I'll walk to the bodega on our street and can buy her something there. Another bit of context is that we live on the 4th floor walk-up with no elevator. Oh man, he's being a nice guy. That's 4 floors. That's a lot of walking up and down.
Yeah.
And she broke her leg in a car accident a month ago. How the f*** is she getting up and down then? Is he carrying her? So it can be tough for her to get around. She says the grill is probably off there and all she wants is a hot meal. I'll tell her she has soup. Anyways, she thinks I'm the asshole. But in my defense, I did offer to buy her barbecue to begin with, which she declined. She picked out her own food, and I grabbed it for her on the way home. When she wasn't satisfied, I suggested 2 other solutions, either ordering something from the app or going to the bodega. She is the asshole.
Yeah, she's
not the asshole.
Yeah.
Her. He should dump her. She clearly doesn't have logical thinking, and they shouldn't be together. She's the asshole, and...
Yeah, I get that it sucks.
Yeah.
That you ordered something, then you're like, oh, this sucks, and yours looks really good.
Yeah, fuck you.
But...
I ordered it, you ordered your shit.
And he did offer to go and get her...
Now, I guess as a compromise, if he really wanted to go the extra mile, which he already was going well past, he could have offered to split. He could have had some of the soup, and she could have had some of his barbecue. You know, split it, make it a buffet-style meal.
It probably would have been the smart thing for him to do, just purely to not have this conflict at all.
Yeah, but clearly she is just crazy or something. I don't know. But yeah, that would have been the smart move if you really want to stay with this girl. Otherwise, she's the asshole, you're not the asshole, break up with her. Am I the asshole for refusing to pay for my boyfriend's food on his birthday and getting him banned from a restaurant?
What?
Clearly, if you're asking this question, you're probably the asshole.
Hey, we don't know.
But we don't know
haven't
that.
read it.
We don't know that yet. We don't know that yet. Okay, so I, 18-year-old female, have been dating my boyfriend, John, 20-year-old male, for a little under a year. We have had a pretty toxic-free relationship.
Well, that's good.
But there's quite a bit of tension when it comes to being vegetarian.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. I've been vegetarian since age 11, and I have very strict morals around it. The one thing John has a problem with me refusing to spend money on meat.
Okay.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's her choice.
Yeah, okay. Ever since I started making my own money, I swore to myself that I would never spend a cent of it on meat. On our dates, we usually split the bill, and sometimes he pays for all of it. I told him if he orders something meat-free, I'd happily pay for both of us, but he never does. When he pays for my food, it's when I've spent money on the activity.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense. Normally concerts and festivals. That's me paying, it's like...
Pesos.
Is that pesos?
I think so.
120 pesos on ticket, 120, or is that euros?
It might be euros.
We'll go with euros, because 120 pesos isn't shit.
Oh, okay. So euros? Sure.
That's me paying 120 euros on tickets and him spending maybe 50 euros on food. His birthday was a few days ago, and we went out for dinner at his favorite fancy restaurant. He got the most expensive steak they had, along with a side salad and a bottle of wine. We finished our food. I asked the waiter to split the bill, and John looked at me shocked. He asked if I was joking, and I said no. No. You know I don't pay for meat. Then he told me he thought I was going to pay since it was his birthday, and he didn't budget for the meal. I asked him why he thought I'd pay since I've been very clear about my rule, but he couldn't give me a reason other than it is his birthday. I told him I'd pay for the wine and the side salad, but he needed to pay for the steak. He was furious with me and stormed off to the bathroom. What a bitch. I paid for my meal, the wine, and the salad, and waited for him to come back. He didn't. After waiting for 20 minutes, I left.
So he tried to strong-arm her by leaving, making her feel like she didn't have a choice but to pay for it.
Oh, man, he's just a little bitch.
Okay, and he's the asshole. He knows her moral beliefs.
He knows her moral beliefs.
And he went and still ordered the most expensive steak on the menu?
Yeah. Okay. We go on. I found him sitting on a bench near where we parked the car. I asked him why he left and reminded him he needed to pay. He looked shocked when I said that and asked if I didn't pay. I told him I paid for everything but the meat, and he lost it. He started yelling at me, telling me I was selfish, that I needed to grow up. I stayed calm and told him he needed to go back and pay. He scuffed and walked away like a bitch. I ended up driving home without him. Now he's saying it's my fault that he can't show his face in his favorite restaurant since he dined and ditched. It's a pretty small restaurant, so he'd 100% be recognized and kicked out. So am I the asshole?
I don't think so.
Hell no. She's not the asshole. He's the asshole and the little bitch.
Yeah. Okay. I have an issue that he tried to strong arm her by just leaving, assuming that she would cave and pay for it.
Yeah.
And two, I have an issue when anyone just starts yelling. I don't know.
Well, and
for yelling
acting
at someone.
acting like a child. He clearly knew that she wouldn't buy the meat.
Yeah, he knew her beliefs. So,
But all right, here's a lesson for you. If you like meat, don't date a vegetarian. I mean,
Yeah.
carnivore works for us. We both eat meat. So, if you know somebody is a vegetarian and you love meat, that could be a conflict in the future.
yeah.
It'd be one thing if, like, you go out a couple times and you're like, okay, cool, you're friends, whatever. But no, it's not going to work unless you become the vegetarian, and then you'll hate yourself the rest of your life.
Or if it was they're vegetarian because for like health reasons. They physically feel better when they don't eat meat.
Yeah.
But if it's a moral reason, there's always going to be conflict if you're eating meat and they morally think what you're doing is wrong.
But at the same time, like, I get her moral beliefs, but it was his birthday.
But he then ordered the most expensive steak on the menu?
Well, yeah, it was his birthday.
Still. He knew his beliefs.
Either way, he's the asshole, but
And childish.
yeah, she should dump him because it ain't gonna work. That's just stupid. I mean, it's not like she doesn't pay for stuff. It's just and this is a fact, she wasn't gonna pay for the meat.
Yeah.
Like, he should have known. Even if it was his birthday. Yeah, break up with him. If you're still together with him, he is not going to work out.
No. So there is an edit.
Edit to the people commenting about me not treating him on his birthday. Yes, I did. I even dipped into my savings for his present. Well, take it back, because you're going to break up. Edit 2. I did not take him out for dinner. He was the one that suggested it.
Oh, that also makes a difference. However, you assume birthdays you go out.
Yeah.
But I also feel like if someone's going to take you out, I'm not going to suggest the most expensive place and then expect them to pay for it.
Yeah.
I'd be like, okay, let's go to Applebee's.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Applebee's is appropriate for young adults to go and have a dinner. But then again, if they're in Europe, I don't know if there's Applebee's in Europe.
I don't know. I just mean somewhere more reasonably priced.
Well,
if it's your...
Yeah, like TGI Fridays. Any, those sit-down places that aren't really, like, super, super expensive.
If she said, hey, I'm taking you to your favorite restaurant, and then he ordered the steak and she didn't pay, I would say she's the asshole. But it sounds like that wasn't the case. She had already done something for his birthday. He then also wanted to go to his favorite restaurant and assumed she would pay. But he's childish. Yeah, dump him. That whole interaction was so childish, it's not worth your time at all. No way.
Yeah, dump his ass. He's the asshole. All right, so hopefully you enjoyed our Am I the Asshole? We do have a question from a Dawn.
Dawn. Just say Dawn.
From Dawn. Who is Bobby's dream sponsor? And who is Cambrea's dream sponsor? So,
I'll let you go first.
all right, so dream sponsor. I would say Home Depot or Lowe's. Home Depot, because I get majority of my tools from Home Depot, so probably them. However, I do most of our house shopping, like projects and whatnot, at Lowe's. So either of them would be a total dream sponsor. So if you're watching this video, sponsor us, please. Ultra dream sponsor is if a pickup truck company, Ram, Ford, Chevy, GMC, Toyota, would sponsor me and give me a truck.
Yeah, Lowe's and Home Depot is a more realistic, someone that could actually reach out. I don't know if a car dealership's going to reach out.
If you're watching, though, either of you guys, give me a truck, please. Because I can't afford one. So please give me a truck.
Yeah. I guess that would be my, like, unrealistic dream sponsor would be, like, Honda, Toyota, someone like that.
Yeah,
Probably Honda, because I prefer Hondas over Toyotas. Just, they drive slightly different. And
They
I've
do.
always driven Hondas.
They do, but the Toyota Sienna Hybrid was really nice.
It was very nice, yes.
Because we did test drive one of those just for fun. Super nice. And the gas mileage is great. And it's not a full electric, but it works for us because we do mostly city driving, so a hybrid would make sense. But when you go on a long trip, you're going to need that gas. Otherwise, you got to stop and charge every so many hundreds of miles.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's your dream sponsor. What else? That would be like an ultra dream.
Yeah.
Because getting a vehicle, yeah, that's big.
I don't know, because I've worked with a lot of companies that for a while were my dream sponsors.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit harder. I do think Lowe's or Home Depot, because we love doing projects in the house, would be an awesome sponsor. Because there's still small projects throughout the house I would like to do. Maybe somewhere like Floor and Decor. That would be cool. I could get the rest of the flooring throughout the rest of the house.
You could.
I'm trying to think, though. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Probably, I would say probably a hardware store, because it's like opportunities are endless there.
Yeah, there's so many options. Like, you can get tons of Halloween and Christmas decorations at Lowe's and Home Depot. So, sponsor us, please.
That would be one I would find really cool. Hobby Lobby or Home Goods or At Home. All the interior decor I could find. Holiday decor. Like if At Home sponsored a Christmas decorate with me, I would be in heaven. Our house would be so cool if I could just have a shopping spree at Home because it was sponsored by At Home.
Yeah, totally. So, all right. Well, that's the end of our video. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for your question. We only did one today.
Yes.
If you guys have any Am I the Assholes that you want us to read and give our opinions on.
Our professional
opinions. Please send it to us. Comment. And who knows, maybe we will read your Am I the Asshole on our next video. So until next time, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the bell and the like, and definitely leave comments so we know how we did. And if you have anything you want to add, questions, or Am I the Asshole stories, comment. Please comment. So see you next time.
Bye.